What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XCN today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at about 1.22 cents, whatever. Looking like we're dropping lower. We're dropping it low, low, girl. You know, drop it low for sure, for sure. If we take it here from this high all the way down, we keep on coming down, and we see if we can find, is it this? It'd actually be right about there, right? This is our trend line. Right, our best fitted trend line, I think. Finding resistance here, resistance, resistance, resistance. Broke above it, found support, resistance there, resistance, resistance. We broke above it, we're finding support. We're really hugging this line all the way down, aren't we? It wouldn't surprise me if we did break below it. After all, we've seen this happen before. But maybe we just really do slow bleed all the way down, you guys, until one final crash down and then we pump back up above the line. I don't know, right? So, but inevitably, what I do believe to know is that regardless of how it looks, it will likely keep, by it I mean the price, likely keep going down, right? This is just another video talking about how I expect the price to go lower. 0.0095, 0.00844, that's the area we're looking for. That kind of rhymed. 0.0095, 0.00844, that's the area we're looking for. I don't know, kind of, I don't know. maybe not. But if we are to move higher, I think that we have a very solid prospect here at about 1.37 cents. If we can get above 1.37 cents on a multi 4-hour basis or a daily closing basis up here above this 236, perhaps we do go higher. And that would look really good because, again, we broke above this trend line, found support here, and if we get above that 236, you guys, this could be the low. I'm not of that suspicion at all. That's not me saying that I think it's the low. I'm just saying if it were to be the low, this is the kind of stuff we'd want to see. If not, and you could go lower first. You know, you could drop down to the golden ratio. You could drop lower first. However long it takes. I think that would help determine this to be the low. Now, obviously, the area that I'm looking for most is about 1.9 cents. 1.9 cents is what will convince me that XCN has bottomed out. If we close above that on a daily basis, not wick above it, but close above it, right? That's what we need to do. Daily aspect here. Yeah, like we wicked above this trend line here, but we did not close above it. We need to close above 1.9 cents. If we do that, I'll be very convinced that that's the low. Until then, I do believe that we are going lower, probably to the lower ends of this spectrum, back in the land of the rising sun here. Looking at the 4-hour RSI, we are postured down, okay? We hit the overbought zone, hit the oversold zone, found resistance at the 60, and this is just looking like every other time that we found resistance at the 60 so far. This one's a little bit slower drawn out. This one was kind of slower drawn out. What did we do here? We slowly bled down. We slowly did. Had a little pump here, and then a big dump. Okay. Interesting. We probably have to get further away from the trend line, but just be aware, guys, if we do see a big pump that lasts for like a day or two, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're absolved of going lower, right? It has to sustain, and we do have to get, again, we have to get above 1.9 cents at this point, but I don't know, man. I think that we continue to go lower. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, 1-hour RSI is definitely bearish, getting oversold, rejecting the overbought zone, back down here. Not a good look. If we look at the daily time frame, daily RSI is bearish too. It looks like it just looks like it wants to go to the oversold zone. It's like it's beckoning to go down to that oversold zone, lower lows and everything. Something that would probably be on the scale of these moves here. We liked this. This was nice. Getting oversold, getting out of it, that was nice. That was a cause for celebration. We didn't do anything with it. We found resistance. We found a double top right around the 40. Right at, in fact, resistance at an area that we found support at before, right here. We even found support back here. We found resistance back here. Somewhat of a significant area there. I just can't help but think that we are going to see lower readings in the RSI, something of that magnitude. And if we do drop that much, I'd expect that we go down maybe even below 0.009, right? And that's okay if we do. That's totally fine if we do. Afterwards, you guys know the drill, right? We're going to be going up higher in just a matter of time. There's no doubt in my mind. I know people are doubting, right? And that's fine. You can doubt. You can sell your coins at the lows if you want to. That's fine. But make no mistakes, guys. This is a very perfect bull flag. Okay, it's perfect. How is it perfect? I don't know, man. Go on Google. We did that earlier. It's literally perfect. Finding support here, basically at the base of this range. You might dip a little bit lower, and what I would suspect you do is when you do dip below this low, you're going to come back up and close above that line. That's what I'm assuming is going to happen. I don't think that you close below this line, and maybe you close maybe I shouldn't say that line, but maybe you close a little bit below this low, but not below about, you won't close a week below 1 cent. That's my thoughts, right? It'll be a very short-lived experience below 1 cent. So if you don't have buy orders set up or you're not paying attention to it, you're probably going to miss that opportunity. We are waiting for the momentum to shift on a weekly basis. We do have a nice, we have the green close, so we have a nice setup to bounce off of the 50 area, and that can promote a lot of growth. It would be interesting to see if this week closes red. It's okay if we break below the 50. You know, we have broken below the 50, found support in this obscure area at the 45, and still grown higher afterwards. We can do that, but I think it looks very optimal right here. So if we can hold that, and then also if we do move up, you know, higher lows, that's a pretty good area to pivot from. It would be great if in the next 5 days and 20 hours, or before the next 5 days and 20 hours, if we had that low and then we came back up and closed to maintain some kind of reading still around the 50. That'd be nice. I'd prefer it if we don't close a week below 1 cent, because I think that would, it wouldn't mess up the RSI, but it would mess up this potentially good look that we have here. It would still be a good look overall. You could go all the way down to the 40 and bounce, and that's fine. But I don't think that you're going to do that, right? We look at this at a low to a high basis here on the fibs. You are finding support right at the 382. If you are to close below the 382, guys, that's when things get dicey. That's when we look to 0.007. That's when we look to 0.004. And we could go all the way back down there. And if that happened, this wouldn't be a bull flag anymore. Yes, it's a perfect looking bull flag now. And yes, if it just continues to move down forever, which I doubt, but if it were to do that, and I can have doubts and they can still be wrong, if it were to do that, this would likely not be a bull flag anymore. It might not perform as such. Okay, we might have to rethink things, but it's a very nice area to find support, the golden ratio here. I didn't mean to draw that line down. I was trying to draw it straight so you could find the resistance point back here in line with the golden ratio. But I don't think that we're going down there. Again, I'm just talking about why we don't want to see a close below the 382, why we don't want to see a weekly close below these lows here, because really the only next area to find support, the only area at all, it's at the top areas of this area, this range that we were consolidating in for a long time, and that's at the golden ratios. So it's very important that when we do go lower, that it's a very short-lived experience and we come back up. If it's a long-lived experience, that can be bad. Doesn't mean that it is, but it could be. Okay, maybe we see a weak close right below, and then the very next day we just rip. That can happen too, and that's fine. But literally, what we'd have to see is if we did get a week to close lower, the next week would have to rip. It would have to be like we made this move down on Sunday. For whatever reason, we chose Sunday to make the move down. So then it'll give that look of the week closing lower, but then the next week just rips. You know. I don't know. I'm just painting scenarios to pay attention to and be aware of, right? I don't believe that we are going to go below 0.009. I don't believe even if we do that we'd go too much below 0.0085, but we could. It's something you need to address and be comfortable with, because if you're not comfortable with it, if it happens, you're going to be in a world of stress, man. It's just a better buying opportunity. Inevitably, if I could talk straight, man, I'm really sleep deprived here. OnyxCoin, I do believe, is going to make a run up to 20 cents and beyond. We've done the logistics on that with the Bitcoin chart, and we can kind of do that here as well. XCN BTC, if you're looking at it on KuCoin, it wouldn't, at least to me, it wouldn't make sense that we go down too much lower, low to high here, but probably down to this 382. That's what I think we're waiting for, is for this interaction with this 382. We might bounce right off of it. In very bullish situation scenarios like this, you do bounce right off your 382. You don't go below it. It's common to go below your 382 on the first attempt, but on bullish cases like this, you bounce right off of it, okay? And we're just shy of hitting it. So I would expect that once Bitcoin finds its, or XCN versus Bitcoin finds its low here, that we would likely start to move up higher, okay? And when we do move higher, just as we did here, if we're looking at this high right there, that was coming in, that came in line right there very well with that low. I would assume that versus Bitcoin, we head up to the next area. If this is a bull flag versus Bitcoin, and it is, it looks perfect. If it walks like one, it talks like one, it might fly like one. If it is, that bull flag target from the 382, if we go exactly to the 382, that high puts us right at the closing base of this little shelf right here. Right there, right? We went to this closing base. We might go to the next one. It makes total sense. And if XCN, if any of what I said scared you, let's just let me soothe you. I'll soothe you right now, okay? Hopefully. I'm gonna hold your hand. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. 50231357. yeah, times whatever Bitcoin's price is, right? If by the time XCN moves up here and Bitcoin is only at its current price, if Bitcoin doesn't move up at all, I need to delete this LRO, man. It's too much noise for me. Let's delete it or mute it. We can mute it. Okay. If Bitcoin were at its current price, which I doubt that XCN, whenever XCN moves up versus Bitcoin, I doubt Bitcoin's going to be at its current price. I bet Bitcoin's done moving lower and it's higher. But if Bitcoin was at its current price of 83, let's just say 83K, that would put, oh, I was like 83. I'm like, whoa, we're going to lose money? My bad, guys. My bad. I did times 83. 83,000. Okay, there we go. That put XCN at 19 cents. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying here, right? XCN is not bearish, my friends. I hope you understand how absolutely phenomenally crazy this is that we're talking about, right? If Bitcoin stayed at its same price and XCN does the inevitable versus BTC, that's the price. What if Bitcoin's higher? Well, this price will only get higher, right? When I'm telling you that XCN, I'm fully expecting that XCN sees prices above 20 cents. I'm not just saying that for the effect. I very much mean it. And I think that if you sleep on this, it's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth when we're at the highs. I don't want anybody, while I've been shouting from the top of a mountain peak, I literally live in the mountains, so I can say that for weeks now, for months now, that it's a good time to buy. I don't want anybody to ask me if it's a good time to buy when we're at 20 cents, right? I don't want anybody to ask me. The answer's already there. When we're at 30 cents, when we're at 40 cents, I don't want you to ask me. You had all the time where we're shouting that it's a good time to buy. But people don't want to buy whenever it's scary, when the potential of going down to 4 cents is there, when the potential of going down to, or not 4 cents, 0.004, when the potential of going below 1 cent is there, when you don't know where the low is, right? Nobody wants to buy there. But the people that buy the lows and sell the highs, they're the ones that make money. The people that sell the lows and buy the highs are the people that lose money. Please don't be those people, okay? And we say a little prayer for those people, and hopefully they get right. Somebody wanted me to talk about the daily time frame here, and I've been meaning to talk about it. I just keep forgetting. Yes, the daily MACD has flipped bullish, but it's not impressive. It doesn't mean anything to me, at least not yet. You know, it's nice, but we haven't done anything. All we've done is move lower. If you're moving lower and gaining bullish momentum, that's actually a bad thing. That's or is it? Hold on now. If you're flipped green, yes. If you're going down, it's like hidden bearish divergence, right? It's like if you're building bullish momentum on the RSI, if you're getting higher highs, but you're getting lower highs in the price, that's bad. That's not good, right? If you're getting higher highs and you're like shifting the momentum here, you're getting bullish, but you're actually going down still, that's not good, right? It's like even when you're bullish, you're bearish. What happens when you flip bearish? You're going to get real bearish, right? I'm not excited about this yet. It could be exciting. It's nice to transition, but I don't know. I'm not too excited about it. It's a big whoop to me. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm just too pessimistic. But the stochastics is the same thing, right? You gave the opportunity to move up. You changed. You had the opportunity to move up. You had the opportunity here to move up, and you did nothing with it. You had one day where you're up 23%. That's nice, but lower you go, my friends. I got nothing else for you. Don't be scared. Be prepared for the price. Okay, it will go lower. That's my expectation, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, that just means I'm making money, you're making money, and even the trolls get to have a little bit of a laugh, right? But we'll be laughing all the way to the bank with this. I'm laughing straight. I don't want to get CR'd, but I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye-bye.